William Welby's Nudist trilogy. Wolfbait Press revives a quiet voice of British naturism. By Evan Nix. William Welby was a quiet pioneer in the British naturist movement. With his ideas, he played a defining role in reframing nudism as a respectable, common-sense lifestyle. An advertising manager and writer in 1930s Britain, Welby approached naturism with a measured tone and structured arguments, packaging it as a logical, healthful way of living. Unlike some of his contemporaries, Welby's advocacy was subtle and thoughtful, more akin to a careful suggestion than an impassioned plea. Through his 3 books, Naked and Unashamed, The Naked Truth About Nudism, and It's Only Natural, Welby dismantled societal taboos around nudism, presenting it as a choice grounded in the simplicity of nature, health, and mental well-being. These books, reissued in 2024 by Wolfbait Press, are beautiful editions combining Welby's reflective prose with black and white photography by Stephen Glass, a major figure in 20th-century naturist photography. Glass became known in Britain for his artistic portrayals of naturism, using his lens to capture scenes of simple, natural beauty. His work had appeared in naturist magazines such as Health and Efficiency and The Naturist, as well as in continental publications. Glass's photographs lend an authenticity and elegance to Welby's writings, complementing the text's classical tone. Each volume includes a foreword by a contemporary naturist historian, providing historical context for modern readers and highlighting Welby's unique impact on British naturism. Naked and Unashamed, Nudism from 6 Points of View. Welby's first book, Naked and Unashamed, 1934, reissued 2024, marks his cautious entry into the world of naturism. Written before he had any direct experience with nudism, this volume is more of a detached study than a personal endorsement. Divided into 6 perspectives, historical, moral, health, psychological, aesthetic, and common sense, Welby dissects nudism through a factual, almost clinical lens, as though he were assessing an interesting trend rather than a personal belief. Each chapter presents nudism as a respectable practice, distancing it from the sensationalism often associated with the lifestyle at the time. In his foreword, Tim Forser, a historian and editor at H&E Naturist, contextualizes Welby's initial detachment, noting his background in advertising and his tendency toward logical structure. Welby's tone throughout Naked and Unashamed is measured, showing naturism not as a radical departure from convention, but as a return to practical, common-sense values. The book is peppered with Glass's photographs, which enhance Welby's classical perspective by depicting naturist scenes that feel timeless and serene. These images transform Welby's study into something more like an invitation, presenting nudism as an option that is, above all, sensible and wholesome. The Naked Truth About Nudism. In The Naked Truth About Nudism, 1935, reissued 2024, Welby's tone shifts from academic to personal. Following the success of his first book, he accepted invitations to visit British nudist clubs, experiencing the movement firsthand and transitioning from curious observer to enthusiastic participant. This volume is filled with anecdotes from his experiences, detailing the camaraderie, freedom, and mental clarity that naturism offered him. He writes with a newfound warmth and conviction, presenting naturism not as an abstract concept, but as a practical way to cultivate health and happiness. The foreword by Brian Curra, archivist at British Naturism, emphasizes the significance of Welby's transformation in this book. Moving beyond theory, Welby offers readers an intimate glimpse into the social dynamics of nudist clubs and addresses common misconceptions about nudism's relationship to sexuality. His observations reveal a community grounded in mutual respect and freedom from judgment. Glass's photographs in this edition capture candid moments of joy and relaxation within the naturist community, visually reinforcing Welby's message of naturism as a natural, fulfilling choice. The Naked Truth concludes with practical advice on how to establish a successful nudist club, providing both a historical snapshot and a template for readers interested in building their own naturist communities. It's Only Natural, The Philosophy of Nudism. In Welby's final book on naturism, It's Only Natural, 1937, reissued 2024, he writes with the voice of a seasoned advocate who has fully embraced nudism's philosophical core. This book moves beyond personal anecdotes and observations to offer a vision of naturism as a lifestyle grounded in simplicity, health, and authenticity. Welby explores nudism as a holistic philosophy, an antidote to the artifice and pressures of modern life. He discusses societal conventions around clothing, the naturalness of nudity, and how naturism aligns with both physical and mental well-being, presenting it as a path toward a balanced, peaceful life. Mark Story, author of Cinema au Naturel, The History of Nudist Film, introduces this edition, reflecting on Welby's progression from detached observer to committed naturist. Story notes how Welby's philosophy matured, shifting from cautious curiosity to a confident endorsement of naturism as something inherently valuable. Glass's photographs capture simple reflective moments in natural settings, illustrating Welby's vision of naturism as a serene and harmonious way of life. It's Only Natural reads almost as a manifesto, summing up Welby's belief that naturism, at its core, is about living authentically, free from societal constraints. Welby's legacy and cultural impact. Welby's 3 books provide a unique perspective on naturism, one that avoids radical fervor in favor of common-sense arguments and practical benefits. His writings have had a lasting influence on British naturism, shaping public perception by casting naturism as logical, healthful, and surprisingly ordinary. Through his work, Welby helped demystify nudism, showing that it was not about rejection of society but about finding a sensible way to live in harmony with nature. His persuasive voice stood out in a field often dominated by more vocal advocates, making naturism approachable to those who might otherwise be wary. These reissues by Wolf-Bait Press have beautifully preserved Welby's understated yet impactful voice, bringing his vision to a new audience in editions that balance prose and imagery with respect for his original intent. Glass's photographs enhance Welby's message, creating a sensory experience that complements his words and invites readers to see naturism as he saw it, a simple, sensible return to nature that fosters health, mental clarity, and a sense of freedom. Glass's legacy in naturist photography brings Welby's words to life, transforming each book into an immersive experience. His work, featured widely in naturist magazines and books, as well as his notable collaborations with Continental publications, solidified his reputation as an artist who could capture naturism's understated beauty. His images in these reissues give a tactile, visual depth to Welby's writing, evoking the timeless appeal of a life lived close to nature. We hope you're enjoying PlanetNude. If so, please consider a paid subscription. Your membership comes with exclusive content and supports our work. Subscribe at www.planetnude.co. This episode of Planet Nude podcast is sponsored by the Naturist Action Committee, dedicated to making naturism an accepted part of society. Learn more at www.naturistaction.org.